Okay, hey, welcome back. I'm here working on the lights. I got lucky and actually caught a break on the job. Got done a day early, so I was able to shoot home in the evening, and I'm going to have a 3-day weekend here to try to get some stuff done, because once I go back, I'm going to be there a while. So anyway, okay, so all the lights came in. I have them all up where I want to put them. I've tested them all, so I know they all work, because I want to test them before I do any actual power wiring. And now I'm just going to kind of do a before sweep here of this end of the layout, just to kind of see what it looks like, and then see if I can do a good comparison afterwards. So, and by the way, I actually put the camera on the tripod. It's not a great tripod, but it's a tripod. Okay, so here's how it looks here, and I'm showing this for a reason, because I might do something here as well, and I'll show you in a moment, to lighten that up. And then, like I said, this isn't the most fluid tripod, but alright, so then there's that far corner there, the farm scene. Then we pan over, kind of over Wallace Junction in the very far corner. And then we come out here on the peninsula. And I can't go any higher in the tripod, so like I said, it's not a great one. But that back run there, back along the giant finger, along here, that big straightaway, that's into CP97. And then we come here into this corner there. So that's kind of what it looks like. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of hold this and try to do it. Like I said, this is not the world's greatest tripod, but alright, so that's what the room looks like before. You can see I do have some of the 4-foot LED troughers, and I'm going to be putting in 2x2 troughers. Okay, so I'm going to go handheld here for a minute, just to kind of show where I'm putting the lights. Hopefully I'll be able to be steady enough. Oh, and by the way, the camera right now is set at 1/60th of a second. It's kind of where I always kind of shoot stuff for video. f2.8 at an ISO of 400. So that's where I have it set right now. That's kind of normally where I put it to do video, the layout. And again, I'm not necessarily doing this lighting to say it's going to be once and done. I don't need additional light for actual, real good videography, but it's more for working and hopefully making this look a little bit better. So, all right, so let me pause here. We'll do a quick walk, show you where the lights are going to go, and then get to work. Okay, here's the far corner. Like I said, I'm going to put 2x2 right there, and that kind of helps, actually does a nice job lighting up the corner, even along here, and even kind of this end here of Wallace Junction does a nice job that. So that with that, then I decided again, oops, sorry, I have my handheld here. Oh, see, there's the tripod. Hey, it's not great, but okay. So I also am going to put one here, and what this does, it helps light the end of the peninsula and the farmhouse scene, and also does a nice job bringing some more light. You see how dark that is? Does a nice job bringing light into here. I was actually thinking of putting a 2x4. Oops, sorry about the lack of focus there. Keep your fingers out of the viewfinder. They didn't have them in stock, but you know what? Putting this light in does a nice job. So I might just save myself some money, sort of. So I don't think I'll need to put a larger light to light this end of the yard. This is Eugene East over here. Alright, then, as was shown before, I have the light here that does a real nice job. This corner, part of the back, and even this end of the peninsula does a nice job with that. And then one here, again, that continues along the back side here, and also does, which I didn't even realize it till I turned it on, a nice job adding some light to that, because you can see how dark that is. That's the way it is now, but I'll tell you what, with that light there, it actually kind of brings some nice light into this little scene here, which I spent a lot of time detailing, so that's a bonus. Alright, the original one I started with here over Lake City, and that does a lot of the town itself, and again, This is where the fascia will be. This is going to be industry and some, street and a lot of detail. So it really lights that up very nicely. One more here to continue along this extremely dark backside. So hopefully that'll light up along there and even into my eventual swing gate here. And then the one here in the very corner, which does a nice job getting this whole corner. It doesn't necessarily get way back there, but okay. Most people when they're here, they're going to be looking at the choo-choos anyway. But it does a real nice job lighting the underpass, the field, the track, the curve here. Does a nice job with that. So let me try to do this slowly. So again, there's that back corner. And I'll kind of try to do the same walk as this when the lights are all installed. And there we are looking out the peninsula and along the side here. I'm really curious to see how well this looks when I get this done. And back in that corner. Alright. So like I said, all the lights are unboxed and installed where I want to put them and have been tested. So now it's time to get some wiring done. So, alright, let me get that started and come back when everything's installed and we'll see the light. Okay, we're back. I actually have all the lights up and wired up to the two main pigtails going back to the junction box. And what I thought I'd do is just, again, do another quick sweep here. This is the way it currently is. Then right after this, I'm going to go up, turn the new lights on, and do another quick pan. I don't want to leave them on too long because I have just jumpers on them, but alright, be right back. This will show the all the lights on, all wired in, test to see how it looks. Okay, there it is. There's the far end. Up the peninsula. Up the back side. And into that corner. Not bad. I like it. Really is a lot brighter down here now. I can actually see. I'm going to have to work on the scenery and the track a little bit because now I can see stuff. Alright, so I'll show real quick. You might be wondering how I was able to do this with the main room lights on because I'm going to wire into that circuit. But what I did was basically start light by light, just jumping light to light to light, testing each one back to the main jumpers, which are going to connect into the junction box with the other light circuits, and that's the two that are hanging there right now that have the test leads on them. So that way I was able to keep the room lights on while I was working. Now I'm going to have to go in and I'll drop the breaker in the breaker box, in the main circuit breaker box, so I'm safe and hook into the main circuit. Basically what I did was I started with this light here, put it up, put a pigtail that was long enough to go to the next light. Then, and I was keeping the lights down because there's not a lot of room since I'm in an existing drop ceiling and there's ductwork and stuff. So I wanted to be able to wire it down here, put this light in with a pigtail that'll fit that. Then I put that light in. This pigtail was long enough I could wire this light in with its pigtail, which went from this light to I'm trying to point and look at the screen, this light, and then over to this light, and then over to the fifth light. And then as each one went in, I tested them. So I tested the first one, then I tested the first two, then I tested the first three, then the first four. Then I could test all five by coming over here. And then the same thing along this side here. There's only two lights in here right now. So basically I put this one in first with a long pigtail, tested it, and then hooked it into the other light, which is up there, tested those two, which is actually the way it is now because that main pigtail is now going to go back to the junction box. So that now the light switches that are way over here, they will then turn all the lights on. So, alright. So here we go. Let's, I'm going to have to take a break, go to my son's football game, and go Tigers. He's playing wide receiver and cornerback. All right, anyway, so we will come back when I get everything done and I get the tiles in. I need to straighten the wiring up a little bit, and I got to cut some tiles. I might want to put some more wires down to the grid and whatnot to secure everything. But all right, so we'll be back shortly. Well, for you it'll be shortly. Might be a little while for me. And we'll see how everything looks when it's all finally done and wrapped up. Okay, here it is, all done. All wired in into the switches with the other lights. All the ceiling tiles are back in. That's always fun. Anyway, here's what it looks like. I actually did change the camera slightly because there's more light now. And now I'm at 1/60th f4.0 with an ISO of 400. And you can see how it looks here. It pretty much starts basically here, which gets light from that light there. And then, you know, again back in this corner here, which gets some light in the corner there, gets light on the track along here, and then this far end there, Wallace Junction, which is nice because I'm gonna, you know, detail that up, so that'll be good. And then we'll take a quick walk around as well. We'll get the drone out, but does that. And then this scene here is also better lit because of the light that's above it now. And then as before, back along the back there, along CP97 and into that corner. So that is done. At least I got that done, and I can now, when I get back, I can really get to work and not have to worry about it. Just come in, turn the lights on, bask in the glorious LED light, and get to work. So all right, so let's take a quick walk around just to kind of see how the scenes look. And then after that, what I'll do is maybe I'll just play some music, some relaxing music, and kind of put up on the screen here. And I'll also have it in the description, the actual where I bought the stuff and the actual specifications for the items, for those that may be interested. All right, let's take a little drone tour here. All right, so like I said, the one light that was put in here kind of helps light up this end of Eugene Yard. And then the bridge scene didn't get a whole lot brighter, but a little bit from this light. And again, I'll put the parameters in, but this light here and the one over in the other corner are actually 50 watt 6300 lumen lights, and all the other ones are 40 watt 5000 lumen, all about 4000 K, which match the other troffers that we're in. So that's because, you know, back here I decided to move this one from here to here to get some light on the tracks here, get light here at the end of Wallace Junction because I want to detail that up. So I just felt it would make a little bit more sense. It still does put some light back here, not quite as much, but then again, that's all it's going to be scenic. So you can see it, and I think it looks fine. And then, you know, coming back up along here, didn't really do a whole lot to improve things in Wallace. It did improve this end of the peninsula with the light that's upper right here, and this scene kind of got some more light on it now. So that shows up nice. The bridge shows up nice. Again, still a touch dark here at the very end of the peninsula, but this is the other 6300 lumen light that really lights up this corner here. And again, this part of at the end of the peninsula. So that's nice. And one of the downfalls of this, I'm starting to see a lot of things I gotta fix. I gotta get back in there, work on the scenery, and work on some ballast, because now that I can actually see things, I can actually notice some things I got to fix. So the biggest, again, the main thrust of this was to get this area back here lighter, more light, brighter. This is, you know, back along CP97 here where it was really kind of excessively dark. But with the corner light and then the two there, that kind of brightened all that up. And it also brightened up even in here. That little scene there got a lot brighter. So that's one benefit of that. And then of course all through here, you can see it almost looks like I could probably even change the f-stop a little bit here on the camera. Again, not, you know, quite sure, but this will be nice for the town and the industries that are going to be along here in Wallace. And it did add, you know, even, you know, some nice light along the diner scene, little park scene, the house scene, and everything. So that's nice. And then I'm just going to go back to F4 where I started. So see, this corner is kind of bright. You know, even kind of puts more light down there on the underpass. Again, doesn't quite do a whole lot for the very back corner in there, but that's really just scenery. Definitely improves the curve here, the track coming around, the scenery there. Don't mind my tools, I'm still cleaning up a little bit. And then there's the scene the other way, along 97 into that corner. So overall, I'm very happy with it. I'm glad I did it. And like I said, I'll put all the information for all the lights, where I bought them from, the actual part numbers. They're just basically two different styles of 2x2 panel lights. This place does make, when you get the link, if you want to look, they do make 2x4 as well. So I think a lot nicer, a lot more. I'm already used to it. I can't believe I used to come down here and work on it before, but so that's that. So that is it. So what I'll do now is I'll just go ahead and put the information up. I'll scroll it here on the screen so you can read that. Again, I will have it down in the description as well. And that's that. So that's going to wrap this up. Now I have light. Now I just need to get some time to get down here and get back to work. So.